Welcome to Central Innovations TV. I'm Princess the Goddess, and you are watching your daily message. Hey, what's going on? My voice sounds a little weird. Oh, I've been talking, so don't mind that. Today, I have a message for you, and I think that it's really important that in this journey that we're going on together, we are on this journey together. Um, like I've like I've said in a thing, sexually suppressed. Okay, so we're on this journey together, and I'm the captain. Let's go. So I don't know if you saw the title, but the title is "Are You Really a Whore? Are you really?" Let's be honest. Um, so in this segment, I wanted to kind of look at what people say to other people and the the words that people typically throw around when they are in opposition to, or they don't believe in what you are doing or what you like. Okay, I want to look at these words because I believe that knowledge is power. And once you really take a moment to understand the words that people are using against you, I think that once you understand what these words really mean, that you can rest a little bit easier in your endeavors to participating in sexual activities that people are frowning upon. That makes sense. Okay. Um, First, I want to say a lot of people, when they don't agree with what you do, they will. Okay, let's back up. When people speak, they're looking for two different things. They're either looking for you to validate their own personal opinion, or they're looking for you to show them a different idea. So when someone says something to you and you're like, it's a discussion, they're looking for you to either agree or to disagree with them. And based upon your reaction to what they have to say, they will either meet you with peace and love, indifference, or opposition. Okay? That's the formula. They're looking for validation or a new idea. And in return, they give you agreement, indifference, or opposition. Okay, that's off the tops, period. Oh, okay, am I back? Okay, it just went crazy. Okay, when someone is jealous about what you have going on, they're going to try and tear it down. You know, they're going to try and tear it down because they're upset. But yes, that's true. All right, so we general interaction. They want validation or something else, and in return, they're going to give you now agreement and indifference. Not a problem, right? It's the opposition that comes that is what scares us. We don't like confrontation. So instead of putting ourselves out there, not knowing whether we're going to get one of three reactions, we would prefer to just not do or say anything that would cause the latter of those three options. We don't want opposition. We don't want anybody to tell us that we're wrong or that they don't like it or that, that's natural though. I want to let you know that not wanting to hear that sort of thing is natural because that is negative energy. You're smart. You're so smart, baby. You don't want to say or do anything that is going to bring negative energy your way. I get it. But there is a better way. Promise. When you educate yourself to understand the person who is opposing you, then you can stand in your power and understand that whatever it is you think, feel, or believe is okay. Okay? Now let's go back to this person who is in opposition to any sexual behavior or display of expression that you like. The person who is opposing you is a person who is uneducated, judgmental. Okay, these are the type of people that will oppose you. Or they genuinely believe that you may be doing something against your, what's the word? Against your like well-being. Okay, that last person, you typically you can explain to them like, I get you, I understand, but this is really something I'm doing for me, right? But the other ones, they're throwing hate and shade at you because they are uneducated and they don't understand, and they have adapted someone else's mindset, not their own. Okay, now let's go back to these oppositions. The opposition, the person who's given opposition, again, they're uneducated. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to educate ourselves. We're afraid to be opposed because we don't like the way that they may call us names, right? They may call us names, or they may try and put us on display in a negative connotation, in a negative way. These are the oppositions that we are afraid of. But to take that fear and to transform it into power, you just have to be knowledgeable. So this is what we're going to do. If you think about the worst thing, the worst thing, I'm going to need y'all to help me out, okay? Because some words I have, and I'll read off the ones that I have, and then you can add some that I missed, okay? What is the worst thing? Put it in the chat. What is the worst thing that someone can call you for doing something sexual that you like to do? Do y'all have some names? Oh yeah, I think I missed one. I missed one. All right, so but while I'm waiting for you guys to put your lists in the comments, I'm going to read off the list that I have. Most of these words pertain to women. I just like to make that point real quick. However, in our equal world that we're transitioning to, a lot of men can be called these words too. Hold on. Are you so super cute? Because my mama made me like this. You've been so helpful. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. I do. I'm trying to get y'all to a comfortable space in your own mind, because the war is a mental war. I mean, of course, unless somebody is physically being crazy, but most people won't get physically crazy, okay? Believe it or not, human beings are typically not violent, okay? You might have a concentration of people in certain areas that are prone to violence, but if you look at the masses of people, humans are typically not violent, which is why you have a problem with opposition, right? Confrontation. You don't like confrontation. You don't like that, right? That's why you are doing what you do. Humans are typically not confrontational, but not in that way anyway. Awesome. You're exactly right. You're reading me like a book. Oh, okay. It says, I hate, no, I feel like there's no room for, look, we are grown. We're grown. Make sure you're hitting the like button. We're grown, and it's time to grow up mentally. I'm about to get y'all there. I'm going to get you there, all right? The worst thing that anyone can call you as a man, since there's a lot of y'all dudes here, the worst thing anybody can call you is gay. And I'm not sure why that's even offensive. Because it's like, oh, well, I don't want anybody else to think that I'm gay. Why do you care that someone else thinks that your preference is men, unless it's the woman that you want who thinks that you're gay? Does that make sense? You're not going to have sex with you gay or trying to label you as a homosexual. You're not having any relations with these people. You should be more worried about the target, the woman that you want to be with, whether or not she knows that you're gay. Do you feel what I'm saying? If you're worried about what everybody else thinks about your sexual orientation, that, my dear, is lack of self-confidence and lack of self-worthiness. You're basing your worth and who you are on the ideals of other people and what they think of you. This has to be fixed. That is a mindset problem. This is something that I also help my clients with. You have to flex your muscles and become strong. That's the only way you're going to fix that problem, okay? So they call you gay. Okay, so what? What's the next thing? Gay people, I love gay people, okay? They're the most funnest people, and that's not grammatically correct, but whatever. They're they're a blast. Gay people are a blast. So I'm not sure why that's offensive, but let's move on. The next thing anybody could call anybody else is a slut. Let's look up the definition of a slut. Let's see. Okay. No, let's start from the top. I got this. Okay, whore. Most people like to use the word whore or hoe. Hoe is the short version of the word whore, and whore is a person who engages in promiscuous sex for money, or a prostitute. Okay, so whore is a derogatory word for a prostitute, and a prostitute engages in sexual or promiscuous sex for money. Promiscuous sex for money. Are you engaging, while you're doing this, in promiscuous sex for money at any point in time? Is that what you are doing? If that is not what you are doing, if that is what you're doing, you are not a whore. Now let's look at this word promiscuous. What is promiscuous? Promiscuous is characterized by or involving indiscriminate mingling or association, especially having sexual relations with a number of partners on a casual basis. So many words we got to break down in there, right? Indiscriminate. Indiscriminate means that you don't give a fuck. You don't care who it is. It don't matter. Prostitutes don't care. As long as you're paying the money, they don't care who it is. There's no standard. There's no level. It's just business. Okay? So being a promiscuous person means that you're indiscriminate in having casual sex with anyone. Now let's look at the phrase casual sex. What's casual sex? Casual sex is sexual activity between people who are not established sexual partners. So this means that y'all never had sex before. Casual sex is with someone that you have never had sex with before. And no, it doesn't say and. It says or do not know each other well. So unless you're running around having sex with people that you don't know or never had sex with before, you're not having casual sex, which means you're not being promiscuous. Okay? Let me go to the chat before I move on. It says, I got to keep the opposition in check so they won't call me out my name. People shouldn't, calling you out of your name. Let people do what they're going to do. If they want to call you out your name, that's the point in what we're doing right now. What they're saying to you doesn't matter. Their opinions and the things that they're saying, it doesn't matter because it's a defense mechanism for some internal issues that they have going on. What they have to say to you is not a reflection of who you are. So it doesn't matter unless you say it matters. And if you're saying that it matters, you can choose to say that it doesn't matter because you just chose to tell me that it mattered to you. What else? Hey sis, I'm not a slave to my sexual desire. who's controlled by my lust. I got a lot of self-control, and I notice a lot of women love a man with self-control. That's funny. It's funny you say that. I was gonna tell you guys a secret, but we can talk about that later. About not having sex. Using the lack of sex as, a power. That's a power. I know. How do you about men who practice self-control? How do I feel about men who practice? I think men who practice self-control, that's good. Self-control is always a good trait, as long as you're not never giving in, if that makes sense. Hey, Takazulu, what's going on? He said that's a dagger, not power. Hey, there's power behind the dagger. Just saying. Okay. All right, now let's get back to the definitions. All right, so if the worst thing a person can call you is a whore, if you don't have sex promiscuously, it says it doesn't, a whore is not someone who has sex for money. Did you catch that? A whore is someone who engages in promiscuous sex for money. And promiscuous sex is casual sex, which is sex with people that you don't know and have never had sex with before, and you have many of them, okay? So if even women that have sex for money, let's just say a sugar daddy, sugar baby situation, she's obviously having sex with this man for money, but it's not promiscuous sex. So she is still not a whore. Did you catch that? Okay. All right, moving on. The next thing people like to use is this word slut. What is a slut? A person, especially a woman, that's just mean. A person, especially a woman, who is sexually promiscuous. So if this woman is not running around having random sex with people she doesn't know, she's not a slut. There are sluts out there. And there's nothing wrong with being a slut as long as you're protecting yourself and using protection, condoms and stuff like that. Go have your fun. Go be a slut. What's wrong with be a slut? If that's what you choose to do. But for you, the person who is sitting here trying to mentally dig yourself out of a hole that people have put you in, and you're trying to find balance in your own life, release yourself from the ideal that if someone calls you a slut, that it's true. It's not true. What else? Nasty. First of all, okay, let's get into the definition. Oh, you nasty. Oh, that's nasty, right? What is the definition of the word nasty? Highly unpleasant, especially to the senses. Physically nauseating. Now, if anyone who is calling you nasty has been having sex, they're using the word improperly. You cannot call something that you do and judge pleasant to your own self. You like it. Remember, the definition is something that's unpleasant to the senses, right? So if this person enjoys sex, they like it, they have it, but the particular type of sex you decide to engage in is nasty to them, it's hypocritical. Do you understand? Sex is sex. So if they have sex, but they're calling sex nasty, that's hypocritical. You're a liar because you enjoy sex. So it's not unpleasant. It is not physically nauseating to you because you don't get sick when you have sex because you like that shit, okay? So a person that's calling you nasty that engages in sexual activity is a hypocrite. Why are you even listening to them in the first place? Moving on. A freak. Just the last one I have. I don't y'all, did y'all put any names in the chat, or y'all just listening? Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the last one I have. A freak. Someone calls you you're a freak. What's the definition for freak? a very unusual and unexpected event or situation. Okay? So if you apply that to a person, I would assume that it's someone who does something that is unusual or unexpected, right? A freak, someone who does something usual or unexpected. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? What's wrong with doing something unusual or unexpected? Hmm? Are you afraid to be called a freak? What is so? Like, we got to get mentally stronger out here in these streets, okay? All right, I haven't been here too long. All right, so I just wanted to come and empower you a little bit more with your sexual journey. Like, you really have to start to stand your ground mentally on what it is that you like, that you want, and desire. Because the more you continue to suppress your desires and the things that you want, the more unhappy you're going to be. You cannot allow people that are outside of yourself, who also don't have a blueprint on how we're supposed to do life. No one has a blueprint, you know? You cannot let them influence you into not doing things that are going to make you happy, okay? If you're looking for an appointment, I help with these mindsets, okay? You can set up, I do phone appointments, video appointments. You can set up, you know, an appointment with me, and I will definitely walk you through this. Come on over to IG and follow me on IG, Princess the Goddess 100. Also, Princess the Goddess Music over there. I'm on Snap all day long, so you can check me over there. And don't forget to check out the Forbidden podcast episodes that come out on IG as well, and that is forbidden underscore desires with an S underscore podcast. I'm doing better today for you guys who have been hitting me up and asking me about how I'm doing. I'm doing fine. I'm doing better. And I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been showering on me. If you want to shower me with more love and support, my Cash App ID is Princess the Goddess. I accept support in monetary means. I love you guys. Thanks. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.